What is happening, folks? I am about to fall asleep. I don't know why. I am so exhausted. But this is Jimmy. We've got Billy. We got Autocorrect. Welcome to the Forge. So say hello to everyone in the chat. I think it's just one person in the chat right now.
Right now, it's Big Easy. What's up, brother?
Hey, Big E.
Oh, and we got Quentin. You know, when that music's playing, I get that Oba Femi.
I know, right?
Right? That's what I'm feeling every time I hear that. I
think we're gonna do a little Carpenters next week. Loving you.
Next week is Beast Wars with Candace. So.
Oh yeah, there we go. Maybe something a little bit different then. So that'll be good.
But yeah, Derek, how the hell are you, buddy?
Good. How are y'all doing? Hope y'all doing well.
Doing good.
Playing with one of my favorite metal card bots.
Oh, that dude is. Yeah, this guy's become my new favorite figure.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah,
I think Jimmy likes that one a little too.
Oh yeah. I like them all. All. They're all good. They're all fun.
My wife surprised me and got all of them.
Nice.
Yeah, so she talked to Argus. How you say it? Argus or whatever.
Agabus.
Thank you. So she actually talked to somebody there, and they sent me all of them. And
nice.
Yeah, I was like very happy. And then I got an extra one. I'm thinking about if I want to do a giveaway with it because they sent me an extra ship.
Okay, the pirate man.
Oh, Cook, man, that's one of the best toys. Period.
Yes.
Yeah. Like wave 2 of Series 1 should be out pretty soon. Like
they have September up. I want to grab the whole set for my son.
The whole set. Yep, September they said.
Yeah. Well, we talked metal card bots last week, although they are the coolest things in the world.
Yeah, they are. I love them. I love them, especially with the way Hasbro's going. Like those things are where I want to be, you know. And it's crazy because I'm wrapping up my Transformers collecting simply because I'm like 20 figures away from ending my Gen 1 runs from seasons 1 through 3.
Nice.
I'm going to say like 12 of them aren't going to be made anytime soon because it's the Fembots, and there's no Legends Fembots aside from Elita 1, which I have from New Age.
From Hasbro, after the Age of the Primes, I'm done with Transformers from Hasbro, unless they change something.
So I agree. Because I there's always that one figure where like you're like, oh, I gotta grab that. Like, but the ones I gotta grab are coming from Takara. I want Beast Wars 2 Galvatron. Like that's a Takara hit. I want everything from Transformers Overdrive, but that's Takara. And it's crazy because like Overdrive could potentially just save the Transformers brand here with its originality.
Yep.
And they're not bringing it over. Like that just baffles me.
I can tell you what.
That? Here we go.
So if y'all don't know, the show today is all about rumors and things and whatever. And we've got the conspiracy theorist himself.
Yeah. It's like our own like Alex Ross, you know, or Alex Jones,
or our toy Nostradamus. Come on.
It's my imagination.
Give us the Jonah Jameson voice though with this, because that's what we need.
I would love to be able to do that. No,
he's a menace.
It's menace. Hasbro is doing some horrible decision making. Is what they're doing. Horrible ones. Just think they're gonna all go away. No,
he's got a ding dong in his pants. He's got a ding dong.
I did find some things out for Energon. Y'all had a guest on last week that I loved y'all's show last week and talk about metal car bots. And
that was Bart's Formers. You got to get him on the community for all of us, by the way.
Yes. Our community, if you didn't notice last week, we are changing the format and everything. Got new cameras, new mics, new everything now. So I'm going all in for a community for all of us. That's going to be my big main energy going forth. But with what he was saying, I left in the comments saying that Hasbro has known, but what I really should have put in there is that Tomikara has recognized metal car bots.
If you look at
their Kingdom line that they came out with, that is their answer to metal carbots, because metal carbots is flying off the shelf in the Asian markets. Like, and so they got a new robot coming out. This is a dinosaur. I can't remember what his name is, but he also has wheels and transforms into car, which kind of looks like the big guy that's back here.
Yeah, I know. Oh gosh, what's his name? Because he's like a big truck.
And a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a triple changer.
Yep.
And this is their answer. Tommy Carr is like looking and going, all right, Hasbro, y'all usually take care of the kids line, and you give a cyber. See, cyber world is not even been sold as figures for the toy line in Japan.
Really?
Cyberworld's barely on my shelf here. Like there was like a month where there was like a cardboard standout display with Cyberworld,
Yeah.
and then that was it. That was it. Quentin, sorry, real quick. Quentin was able to grab an Age of the Prime Swindle, Fandle, and Joyride. Hey, were you the one that posted the picture of all of them? Somebody posted online that they found like the whole wave at once at like a Target.
Yeah.
Is that you,
really?
Quentin?
I'm still looking for Swindle, and I'm looking for Onslaught still. So, so if you see any of those, please let me know. Onslaught seems like it's going to be the hard one to get.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I'm looking for too. It's on
Yeah, and again, it's all the stuff that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. But we do have some news that we want to talk about too as well. So let's go on over to the teleprompter. I don't know, but we do have all of our people we talk to, all of our codes. Please use those. Also, yesterday was the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie, so hopefully y'all popped on your DVD, Blu-ray, your streaming service, and watched it in tribute, cried, whatever you needed to do. Like this movie was The Notebook. I
got some insight on this too.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
That's what I was hoping you'd be able to tell us what the heck's going on, because it has a 2.5 hour runtime.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
And it's coming in theaters, so make sure everyone pack those theaters to go see this movie. Take your kids, take everybody. It's going to be awesome.
Can I give a little quick hint here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever wonder what happened to Optimus Prime's body?
Like why it was on a what happened? It was on that. It was in their floating mausoleum.
Yep.
Then it blew itself up, and then it was miraculously not blown up.
Yep. That wasn't the real Optimus Prime, by the way, apparently.
Oh, that's exciting.
Interesting.
And that you're going to find out where Optimus, what happened to him after.
He was shot from a coffin to the planet Genesis, where some Klingons were going to kind of retrieve whatever that project was, and things happened.
I just got kicked from the chat. It's making me re-log in, so if I get kicked, I'm sorry.
I did that, Billy.
Did you really?
I'm just kidding. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. Anyway, we'll just continue on here. So let's start with Hasbro Takara Tomy. A few things. Oh, before we get right there, I do have a video for y'all. So let's watch this video.
Transformer.
Finally getting a Decepticon missing link.
The problem is Soundwave was already a pretty posable figure. Like I feel like they took the easy route.
Well, remember I told y'all he was coming.
Yes.
Are those tampoed?
No, you'll have to put stickers on them.
So they'll be crooked on mine.
I know, right? Or not even on mine.
I prefer tampos personally.
Me too. But Nikki did tell me. Nikki told me, she says, I want this missing link. I was like, I wasn't going to do missing link. She says, you are this one. This is my boy.
Because it's going to be $300 million.
Like I think it's like 157.
Yeah, it's a little pricey. Man, they're getting pricey. They are. And yet still no firing mechanisms.
No.
And we got rid of Billy. That was our goal.
Ah, there we go. I am your new host on this board.
There's the animated version.
That's the one that she wants. Nikki wants that one.
Okay. The clean looking.
Yeah. She's like, I want it to look like you did in the cartoon. Oh, it looks so good.
I like the Cybertron version of Laserbeam there too as well.
Yes. He's a, if you didn't know, he is a triform. He transforms in 3. Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Welcome, Laserbeak. Unlike some of my other warriors, you never fail me.
And they're talking about bringing out more of the cassettes for this one.
Yeah. That looks good.
Oh, that was so good.
The only
got
thing
goosebumps.
I'm hoping they release like a tape pack, of Missing Link, like with Rumble.
Derek just said that.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
The plans are to have have all the cassette box to go with this.
Nice. Because I was so looking forward to that whatever what's that thing called right there on the left-hand side?
That
Yeah.
purple thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
I think
his
the
name?
only other company that made that was Magic Square.
I know, right?
Yeah. What's his
I'm
name,
not
though?
looking forward to it. That was being sarcastic on that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
They could have put Condor, or Buzzsaw. They should have put
Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw right there.
It should have
because that
been.
was the one that came with the toy, right?
But see,
Buzzsaw came
that's-
with the toy.
Yeah, but see, that's the one that came out in the cartoon when he made his debut on Cybertron. That was the little guy that came out of him first.
Yeah.
This thing?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
But
Sorry.
still, I mean, if you're
I
gonna
have
have
a wife. My wife was a huge Soundwave fan, so yeah, that and Bumblebee. Yeah, I got that.
But if you're gonna have a toy version and then an animated version, then the toy version should have had everything that the toy version should have had.
I fully agree.
I fully
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. But what did you say this was about 159?
Yeah, I think 157. I think is what it is.
Whew.
99.
I will say this. I know it's going to be small, but I think it looks better than the Masterpiece. Like, I think it looks great. The Toon version is fantastic.
That's the one
It's
I want.
fantastic.
Nikki
Oh,
said
yeah.
the same thing. She's like, I want a tune. I know we're not doing missing links, but I'm not missing this link. I let you get these. I want this.
Nice. Well, consensus. He looks cool. Lamppost mode looks awesome.
Yes.
Soundwave is great, and you get headphones too as well. So cool. And then we got if you missed out on these, so the
Wait, that Soundwave's coming back?
Yes, I
but
am.
this is for the Japanese market. This is Takara.
Okay.
This is Takara. And so you will have to import it. So that Cosmos was canceled, never made it over here.
Yep.
And then that Soundwave was like you found them in like 1 out of every 100 Walmarts, not Walmarts, Walgreens.
Yeah.
But yes, now he's coming back, so you don't have to pay them scalper prices.
But if
Yeah,
you
I'd
know,
rather pay the imports. What were you saying, Derek?
I was going to say, if you want to know where the split started, it came from this line here.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, we'll hear
I
more.
love that fat.
I love it.
Cosmos.
It is
love
great.
That is great. Like, that is
think-
great.
Big Bad Toy Store, I think, is going to carry these.
Yeah. I'm sure a Big Bad, Kicks, probably Toy Dojo, a lot of those places.
Nerd Sonic.
Yeah. Show Z will probably have
Show
it
Z.
too as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Shozy will jump in on that.
I have to
But,
get that little mini bot. I love
yep.
that little UFO.
There we
This
go.
looks beautiful.
What's that? Dark Designs or something, right? From Beast Wars when Rhinox went bad for an episode.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the yeah, you can see the two different faces there. Very cool.
Yep.
And then boom, let's go on to the next. Why they make this, I don't know. This is another cash grab.
That's all it is.
It is. I mean, it looks cool, but I mean that Predaking was $450. You
This
know,
is going to be more.
how much is this one going to be?
Well, this is an original character, right? Like this is a new character, from what
It
I
is.
understand.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
considered
but-
a new character, but yeah, the price is going up. I think it's going to be more close to 500 for this
Oh
set.
my god, that's expensive.
That's crazy though, and I got some things about that for y'all tonight.
Well, let's go on. We're done with Hasbro. Let's go to Lucky Cat. And I was hoping Iman would have been on with us today because his daughter's name was RC.
Yes.
So we've got an RC from Lucky Cat coming out.
Oh, that's
so,
cute.
That looks nice.
Yeah, very, very cool. And then here is the bot mode. She's gorgeous.
She's
That reminds me of alternators, like
Doesn't it?
so much.
Yeah. Yeah. But it looks great. This is a, if you love the fembots, and this is a very good one to get on that. So let's move on. We got Robot Toys.
So excited.
And here he is,
Yeah.
the monkey himself.
So that it looks like it's a scaled down MP Optimus Primal. It's not. It's a completely different mold. But this is beautiful and perfect, and I can't wait. I've already pre-ordered it on showzstore.com using the Jimmy G code.
There is a picture of him next to the MP Optimus Primal, and they do look very similar.
They look identical. It's incredible.
Yeah. And then I have a picture of him next to the original. And so it just blows the original one out of the water.
Yeah, it just shows how much homework Robot Toys has done. And I think they've seen with their cartoon accurate figures just where that desire is from the fans. Now, I will hold
What's up,
on
NY?
Yo, NY Hunter. I will hold on to the original Optimus Megatron just because they're awesome. They're good figures.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the amount of work that they put in. It's not a simple retool. Those legs are new. The forearms are new. It's just incredible. It's really nice.
And I have that other one on the right. I have him that you recommended me getting, Billy. I love him. So
Yeah.
God,
I love Robot Toys. They are incredible.
They
I
are the
just wish they
company.
released quicker.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, they take a long time to release figures.
But I mean, as long as they're quality.
Yeah,
good.
I agree.
Mecha Invasion. So, if y'all don't know who they are, they made their Devastator, which is really good. Well, now they've released their first shots of their Swindle for their Combaticons, and looks good. Again, I love their take on this stuff. Just looks pretty. I think it'll be fun. Like the very military-esque kind of modern look of those vehicles.
like what Tommy Cars doing with their
Well,
other
I was
line.
with
just
their
about
overdrive?
to say,
Yeah.
like, are they going to get a cease and desist because that's Overdrive Optimus Prime in robot mode? Like that
y'all
is
talk-
the same.
It looks pretty similar.
Max Kelly,
Well-
how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. I mean, that's the
Well,
same chest, the
y'all-
proportions, the shoulders. Like, how are they not getting hit by Takara? Like, hold on a second.
Y'all all talked about them getting shared engineering.
Yep, shared
Yep.
engineering. But this would be cool to go along with with those Overdrive figures. I think you
Yep.
know. So
Now, is this the same scale as?
it's gonna because the
be
Mecha
close,
Invasion was kind of a little bit of an oversized chug. It wasn't
Okay.
necessarily masterpiece, but it wasn't chug. But when you think about it, when you combine them, of course, Bruticus is going to be supposed to look big. So
I want a big, intimidating Bruticus. Like, don't
Oh,
get
yeah.
me wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if this is closer to Chug scale, these might be, if they're priced properly, really fun to mix in with your Overgear figures.
Yeah. So we'll see. We don't have quite a measurement yet for it, but we'll see. And then we have them. This is their purple Devastator, which looks awesome, and then their green one with the added kit that they're releasing. So it actually gives him some added height, and then makes his arms a bit better too as well. So it gives him a little bit more proportions to him. So you notice how the purple one's a little more stubbier than that green
Yep.
one is. So you see that black truck right there at the
Is that
bottom?
like a garbage truck or something? Like,
It
what
looks
is
pretty
that?
similar to a garbage truck, but it basically pulls apart and becomes these pieces that you can add to that Mecha Invasion Devastator.
At
I
least
still
they
gotta get 'em on the
incorporated
way.
a vehicle mode with it. I think that's pretty cool. I can
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can respect that.
Oh yeah, so it gives it more the MP kind of size for those that want that MP kind of scale. But yes, so boom, let's go to Magic Square and their very last Technobot. We got a nice shot of here. Boom.
It's such a stupid looking vehicle mode.
I
And
know,
just
but
from
it's
Gen
so,
1 back.
It's
Like,
cool. It's cool though. I like the guns. Like you can move them from the side to the front, and it's just like, and then a very simple like robot mode right there. I mean G1, and then you got the arm. Boom, and
Like
then you
that-
should have your Computron finished after that.
yeah, I already paid mine. Like, it was funny. The day Scattershot was delivered, I got the pay your pre-order now for this guy.
Oh, did you really? I
Literally,
better go
like,
on there and pay mine. I didn't get
Yeah.
my notification yet.
But to me, it's like this would be if Wheelie got the Matrix. Like, that's what I'm looking at. Right? Like, and yeah, Max, purple and black. always
Lighter.
comes across as tough.
Really saying lighter, darkest hour. That'd be great. So.
I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel.
Oh,
I hate I hate the alt mode on that.
No worries. Let's go to X-Transbots, why don't we? The company that lots of people love to hate and love to love at the same time. And so we got some pretty close to being done images of their Black Zarek. So this is the head, of course, the head mode, the front and the back of it. Now, that head is going to be pretty huge, so that body is going to be big. But there is, of course, the transformed head. We don't have any shots of the body yet, so
okay.
but it's going to be big. It's
That'll
going to
be huge.
What's great if you're a Super God Master Force fan and you've been collecting the fans hobby like Double Evil and Power Baser, or you've been collecting the Takara Masterpiece or the whatever, that Black Zarek will go good with that.
I'll be honest, the Hasbro Black Zarek was excellent, and that
It's a
Hasbro
nice one.
Scorponok was excellent.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
those were fun figures. I
They
won
were.
mine in the Transformers Underground, by the way.
yeah,
I
but
never
then
was able to get those either one
Yeah.
of them.
But then they teased this a
so
smaller
bad.
sized Optimus Prime.
Look at those feet, man. Like, and I get what they're doing. If you look at the Sunbow like chart Optimus Prime, he's got those like giant Ugg boots. I get it. Like they are Sunbow chart accurate. But man,
That's awful looking.
they are awful looking.
He looks like like a disproportionate teenager. So,
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
but I don't know if this is maybe they're like, hey, before we build our masterpiece scale, we're gonna do this one. So,
Yeah, I think this is more Chuck,
don't.
right? This
yep, correct.
They don't make it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
the head sculpt's nice and the chest looks good. But
I'll tell you one thing that it will do is it will push fans' toys to make their Optimus Prime faster.
But it's not size comparison because if you take the head, in the
that
torso,
head's big.
Yeah, to the rest
Head.
of it. Yeah. He's got a squished body, big feet, long head.
Now, X Transbots makes the hardest foot transformations of any company out there.
So if you have a foot fetish, X Transbots is the Transformers for you.
Just rub it. Just go.
I don't know. Just
Sorry, I had to say that. And then I believe this is pretty close to the end of our show because I wanted to spend time talking through everything
Yeah.
that you've got. I want to hear the tea. I want you to spill it. But this is from DJS and TFC Toys, which TFC is still around. And they released a teaser prototype of their Shockwave. So, which is interesting because they showed this gun mode, but I'll show you from the back. They didn't show the robot mode of it. I wonder if it has a alternate transformation to kind of some kind of ship. too,
Yeah.
as
it
well.
definitely does because it's got
Especially with
those.
those thrusters.
Yeah, those turbines,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
turbines.
I
So
was going to say afterburners. We all have different words.
yeah, whatever it is,
Whatever
the
the hell
things
they
that
are.
make the ship move, the nacelles, the warp drive, whatever you want to call it.
Those
but-
parts for propulsion.
That's But I'm curious to see the robot mode. I mean, Shockwave's always that fun character. Again, my daughter, that's her favorite character, which it scares me a little bit because of the cold logic that he has. The cold
I
logic
love
of
Shockwave.
everyone
Shockwave's
should die
absolute
and has no like moral
No,
compass.
none.
But anyway, that is all the news. There's plenty of other stuff out there, but I just wanted to kind of get some of those things that's out there because Derek has some stuff he wants to share because you said it was the beginning of the split when we got to that Earth Spark Cosmos and sound wave. So what did you mean by the beginning of the split?
So right now, Hasbro and Tomicar are not seeing eye to eye. You can actually see it by the figures that Tomicar is coming out with and the stuff that Hasbro is coming out with. For the first time, Tomicar came out with their own kids line, where Hasbro has always been the one that did the kids line, and then they expound upon it and kind of shared things with the generation line. Um, Apparently, I don't know who is controlling Hasbro, and like I said, this is Derek's imagination. I have to make sure I say that, and not allegedly. But Hasbro, what I'm hearing from a lot of people is Hasbro is not doing financially well right now. You got investors are wanting to pull out. Investors feel like they've been lied to. They feel like they haven't been given the true numbers. And then you have this thing that takes place with Target. And Tony Carr was also feeling this too. It's like they have a joint thing about how many units to be made at each manufacturer, the warehouses, when it goes there. And if you need to add to it or you need to add some extra little fix or something, you can add that bumped onto another order. Well, Hasbro has now like shrunk it. It's the same way of taking a look at the things that was happening in the late 80s, 90s in comic books, where the inflation in comic books were like so many were out there, millions of copies, everything was out there. And then all of a sudden, you had it where the publishers were like, this isn't selling, we're not doing anything. And they cut way, way back.
Interesting.
Okay, so this is what it looks like. I don't think, and this is me allegedly again saying this, I don't think Chris is going to be the CEO much longer. I'll be surprised if he's still the one by the end of next year.
Interesting. Okay. So he'll get the golden parachute?
Yeah. That's what I think.
You're fired. Here's $12 million to take with you and just get out of our sight.
Leave us the hell alone.
I didn't realize how bad things were for Hasbro, but till I was talking to someone, and I can't share who I was talking with, but I was talking to someone, and they were like, yeah, what didn't make sense is that a lot of these figures, you got to look at Hasbro outside of Transformers. You got to take a look at it from the big picture. What was happening is that Transformer fans bought whatever came out from Hasbro.
Yes.
And that extra money was how they were throwing it to these other little projects, and that's how they were getting funded. Transformers is their biggest outside of board games. Board games is actually the highest market sell for.
Yeah, well, that's what they
Hasbro.
started as. That's Hasbro.
Yeah. So, but Transformers is number 2, and it's been that way since 2007.
Michael Bay monster.
I know, right? And then you're going to get,
bitch.
and now you're going to get his last.
You just
movie.
hate giving him credit. You just hate giving him credit for bringing it back.
You know what? I watched the first one with my son just because he likes the modern designs and all that, and he likes the modern cars. And that first fight with Barricade and Bumblebee, it is just like a jumble of mess on that screen. There is nothing to focus on. Nothing. Right? Like when you watch a movie when you make a diorama, right? I make a diorama. I'm going to make dark colors at the bottom, dark colors on the top, and lighten things up in the center. So I have a focal point for my eyes. And those movies have no focal point at all. It's just everything everywhere all at once. Like boom, 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 boom. It's like somebody went through like, I don't know, a kilo of cocaine and was like, this is how we're doing it. And I don't know.
That's
Those
Michael
I,
Bay. Explosions, black helicopters, and halfway dressed women.
yeah, and
So,
racial jokes. You forgot
and
the
racial
racial
jokes.
jokes.
Yeah,
Racial.
don't
Those
forget
are
about the racial jokes. So there's financial stuff. Like, for example, like I know a lot of people who had their Starscream pre-order canceled at
oh,
Target.
I know a ton of them.
And supposedly it got released that the numbers total Starscreams that are being allocated to Target is in the hundreds, not the thousands. So what's up with that?
Okay, so with Target and the thing, and see, Starscream's not the only thing that got canceled. You also had the 3-pack of the
Yep,
Insecticons.
the
You had
Insecticons. Prowl, was it Prowl?
Prowl. Yeah,
Yep.
Prowl got canceled, and I can't remember. There's one more. There's 4 total. Now, here's what happened with what I was privileged to be able to get information on, and that I can actually share. So Hasbro's units per figure they're making has been way down. They shrunk this stuff with Starscream. Well, Target actually had all these units for sale. Hasbro did not have the figures to fill those orders. And then with that, also, Hasbro was price gouging Target, claiming we have to, this is the reason why, and giving this whole big old spiel. But the truth of the matter is that Hasbro didn't have the units made. And Target was like, we have all this stuff as pre-orders. You're telling us that we don't have this. This is supposed to be exclusive for our stores, and you're supposed to do a mail to order. Now, if you want to see how the future thing for mail to order is going to look like, take a look at what happened with Starscream and these figures.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen. I guarantee you. Like someone was explaining to me, the only reason why they said Hash Lab still exists is for 2 reasons. One, they've got a Star Wars thing they want to get made. It's going to be the 50th anniversary for Star Wars, and the only way it can be made, the investor said, is that it has to be pre-ordered. It's got to be, you got to have the backing already there before this big. And it's not even going to be 6-inch figures. It's going to be the vintage line again, the 3 and 3/4.
Okay.
Well, Target has looked at it and is like, we're not making money. We're not. This doesn't make any sense. So Target canceled pretty much all the orders, everything, and
So-
it looks like Target's wiping their hands of Hasbro.
Which
Wow.
this blows my mind because it's Starscream, right? Like
Yep.
Hasbro knows their key characters. There's no way they don't know those particular
Starscream,
characters that are
Bumblebee,
money
Soundwave.
Yeah. Like how
know
on
what?
earth would they say we're not going to mass produce Starscream? That figure is not sitting on a shelf.
It's
Period.
fear. It's the whole thing of fear.
There's no
Why
fear.
Hasbro, yeah, it is, because if you think of it from a collecting standpoint, you want to be a completist, and
Yep.
all of a sudden you can't be a completist. And then what that does is that Hasbro's like, well, if y'all had backed it up when we had these prices hiked and we told you this was happening, we could have actually made the figures, but y'all are not buying the figures that we're making.
See, that's why I don't support them anymore. That's why I can't.
Yep.
You know, I can go to a company like Magic Square
Yeah.
and put in my pre-order and it shows up and it's a wonderful figure. Like half the Hasbro stuff I've messed with, like I bought Hasbro's White Queen, right? Emma Frost or whatever, 97 Emma Frost. Out of the package. And if you go watch the review,
I did.
out of the package, her arm at the bicep swivel just comes off. It doesn't even stay in place, right? Whatever happened with that mushroom peg, it just doesn't stay in place. And her same thing on her left leg. Like, why? You're charging me ludicrous numbers for an action figure in the first place. Now they're falling apart. Like, people aren't buying because they're not getting their money's worth. That's all I'm trying to get at.
The question I have, because when you think of Marvel and Star Wars, those are Disney-owned properties, whereas
Correct.
Transformers is a Hasbro-owned property. So we heard the news that there's a possibility that McFarlane is going to start making kind of the Marvel Select line, so the larger, more premium style figures,
like those diamond type figures.
Yeah. So is Disney like looking elsewhere, going seeing, hey, because I mean they're a big toy company themselves. They can make it if they want to. But
Yeah,
are they
100%.
going, you know what? We're not quite happy. And are they going to be looking at this next HasLab, this Star Wars HasLab, and see if it does what it's supposed to? What are your thoughts there? I know you got some thoughts, my friend.
With HashLab is that it there's nothing that's showing that. Okay, here's the thing: you take a look at HashLab, you're only having a max of 10,000 people that are actually buying the product. That
Yeah.
is me.
That's
That's
nothing.
that's
Yeah.
horrible.
It is. It's not a
So
moneymaker.
no, and then you turn around and you had the last Star Wars thing didn't get funded.
Oh,
Um,
what was that? The
The
Rancor?
Rancor.
yeah, and then you
That
turn and
tanked.
yes, and then you have so many other, like I was pointing out on the community for all of us, a lot of things that have tanked.
Tron.
Hasbro, Tron, a lot of Disney projects. Disney has won their product out there, and Hasbro is not wanting to make new molds. They're wanting to use already pre-existing molds. If you take a look at some of the stuff that's coming out, you have new figures that some of them now have peg joints. They're not seamless. You got a Professor X is an exclusive. Uh, I got to listen to the guy that actually designed the figure. It's the exact same figure. They just have done a thing where they're just covering up the peg holes.
Interesting.
So you're not having anything new. Plus, Hasbro's not addressed the cyber hack that they had several months back.
Yeah, that's true.
That thing
Thank
went
God
dark.
I lost my debit card because, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I just want to thank TF Marauders Unlimited. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We got to
I'm
get him
very-
on.
Yeah, come on, shoot us a message. We'll get you on. Because I don't know you on Facebook personally, so let's go. But anyway, keep it up, Derek. I'm sorry, my friend.
No. I appreciate that. Hasbro is a ship out in water with no rudder. They have
So
nothing.
kind of like the Odyssey, right? Just
Yeah, they're just
Poseidon is tossing them all around.
no, they're just sitting there. And Hasbro has now made a deal because Hasbro must know something's down the pike because they made a deal with Nintendo.
Yeah,
and they have
the
a
I
Zelda.
joint-
saw
yeah.
that.
and if that does well, then they will be making all of Nintendo products.
So can I
into-
jump in with that?
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't see it going well because I think it's like 40. It's like $29.99 for Link, and $40 for Ganon.
Mhm.
Like $30 for a Link figure that's probably going to be what, 4.5, 5 inches tall.
Now he's about 3.5, 4 inch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. TF Marauders, you just shoot me a message and we'll book it up. Billy, you know where I am on Facebook.
You also have to take a look at, you had that Vision 2 pack that's coming out with the Scarlet Witch that
Yep.
no one asked for. And I found out that cape was, they actually, I don't know which figure it was supposed to be for the Marvel line, but Hasbro sacrificed making a whole new figure, which I think it was supposed to give the better articulation on the Angel figure. Because it didn't have butterfly, it had pin joints.
The 97 Angel?
Yes. I
Yeah.
think they sacrificed doing a new mold for that figure there for this stupid cape.
Interesting.
Right now,
Now, did you notice that Magneto has a cloth cape for the Avengers line too? Like
Yeah,
they're
and that's-
changing the capes from that plastic molded cape.
cloth is cheaper than the plastic?
Then why haven't they been doing it the whole time? I'd much rather a cloth cape that even if they don't wire it, I can sew in a wire myself
Because
and have a beautifully posable cape.
they charge at the time it was Marvel. They charged Marvel by how many molds they had to make.
Oh, okay. Because those plastic molded capes and jackets, they take figures like Jubilee and Emma Frost and Gambit and just completely remove the posability that's built into these figures.
Yes.
Like it kills the posability. Whereas those fabric capes, man, when you mess with like a Mafex and you've got a wired fabric cape, man, that brings you to a whole nother playing field, man. Like that just brings enjoyment that it can't be matched.
I mean, you take a look at what Mattel's doing. Mattel is like, okay, this is what Hasbro refuses to do, and Mattel recognized it, and they changed their whole dynamic of their toy line. They came out with all new bodies, molds, and then they went fabric for capes and stuff.
Yep. Even
And
McFarlane shifted that way towards the end. Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, because come to find out, I found out it costs more because you actually have to pay so it to be molded, and then you have to pay for that mold to be made, and that cape will never be used again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's pointless. It's a waste of money.
And that's what they were doing. So now Disney does dictate on what figures they want made. And I get that. If you got a new movie out, you're going to want that to be done.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Hasbro, as you can see with the new Spider-Man movie, hasn't come out with a whole wave of new action figures.
There's been nothing.
Yeah.
Like
well, the
this
only two
movie's-
I've seen was Spider-Man, and the Hulk is out at my Target now.
That's
Well,
it.
mainly a ton of Hulks, very few Spider-Man.
Yeah. And you look at it and you're going, what's going on? Why is Hasbro pleading out? Well, the reason why, a big controversy, huge, and YouTube is a part of it, is that there's a group that does Critical Role, and they do board games. As a matter of fact, they have a cartoon that's on Amazon Prime. I can't remember the name of it. Nikki likes it, but they do board games, and they create it on board game, and they have a YouTube channel where they play the game on there. Well, Hasbro was like, "Hey, we have D&D. Well, we can get money and have that go out there." Hasbro, big production, puts all this money up, puts it out there. What happens? No one watched it, so Hasbro paid YouTube to bump its viewership up, so that they can say, look, it's out watching Critical Role, which was a farce. It didn't. It sat there and everyone was like, because you could tell by how many likes it got, you could tell how many comments were there, and then it came out that Hasbro was paying for views for a show that wasn't making any money, and that's what they've been doing.
That's dirty.
Yeah,
I heard about this because I heard about that other YouTube group. That's disgusting. Like that's just mind blowing. That here's a company that they kill it. Like with everything, their revenue. There's no possible way they're down in revenue with the products they have. They've got Disney. They've got their own lines. They've got games that we've been playing since we were children that our parents were playing. Like there's no way. And to come across that greedy and selfish just sickens me. Now, again, everybody that watches my show, like my reviews and my channel, they know I've veered away very much from Hasbro. I buy very select figures, and even then, I'm very harsh on those reviews because I have a level and a standard that I'm going to hold to them for being the holders of those licenses. So it really that gets to me what you just said. I apologize.
For me, the 13 proms would probably be it for me. Now I do have stuff that goes along with the Hasbro. See, Hasbro's trying to throw anything against the wall and hope it sticks. Apparently, Tomikara kind of looked at what was going on and was like, "Ooh, wait a second. We don't want the Transformer brand to die." And we all have always competed against, Gundam and other robots in Japan that are real big. And so they kind of was like, well, we need to come up with our own toy line because this toy line is coming out and people are getting it and they're loving it. So that's why they came out with their whole Kingdom line.
Yep.
Then they came out with their adult line, which we were talking about earlier. So that goes to show you that Tommy Carr does not have trust in the Hasbro West Coast brand. That they are really concerned about the direction that Hasbro is going with these products. I found out that Hasbro has been selling IPs, and a company that doesn't sell IPs unless they're bleeding out somewhere. I think this investigation that they've been trying to keep under wraps and this lawsuit to try to keep under wraps, I think that you're going to see a lot of underhanded things that Hasbro's been doing. And I got news about the Energon universe, and I was very surprised by this. But if you want to see the direction of what's going to happen with Transformers, it looks like Robert Kirkman's going to have more to do with the toys and with the product and with the line. You got Rome the Space Knight, they said that they got coming out. They're going to have Lara Croft will actually be in a G.I. Joe comic book to go with that Lara Croft figure that came out.
Yeah, but that's an expensive figure.
Yes.
She's G.I. Joe classified, and she's pretty damn expensive.
Bucks. Yeah, 45.
Well, that's because you got to pay a license to the publisher. Same thing with like Nintendo with that Link figure. It's because now they got to pay Nintendo a certain amount of money because Nintendo wants a piece of the pie, and that's why that figure is more than like say a G.I. Joe figure which belongs to Hasbro or a Transformers figure which belongs to Hasbro, because it's not a Hasbro IP. It's going to be more expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that's a yes and a no, because I can't speak for this person because I don't. But he has a figure that's coming out with his toy line, which is the Rocketeer.
Okay.
And
Like legit the Rocketeer?
Legit the Rocketeer.
Like Disney's Rocketeer that we grew up watching and reading comics. And
it's going to be a part of his new toy line, which is called 1944. And it's going to be 1944 Action Force is part of the whole Action Force universe that he bought the name from Hasbro because they were selling IPs. He bought it, made his own toy company, which puts out some of the best military figures that's on the market.
Now, is he going to be making like SS soldiers? Like the timeline? I'm not trying to come off wrong, but like I'd imagine they'd be fighting Nazis.
They will be, but he will not be showing the symbol. He will not have.
Well, I wouldn't want that anyway. Like, there's no need to. Like, you know what they are. You know
that's what
era.
he said. Yep.
Like, it speaks for itself, but there's just certain like helmets or hats that maybe you would need to have, and you're good to go. I do just want to jump in. We had a couple people join us, and I want to make sure they get recognized. And unfortunately, my mouse is not working with me. So, we've got Metal Mike who joined us, and we've got Talib who's joined us, as has E-Man, who was supposed to be a guest tonight, but things came up. Like with you, Derek, obviously. But Talib states Mask is coming in classified as well. I think we've spoken about that a few times. And then Metal Mike loves those metal card bots, and they're nice and fun to transform, and we agree. Diecast Norbs is saying hello. And yeah, that's it. That's it. What is up with everybody? Thank you all for joining us. Derek has been giving us good information, which we truly appreciate. Now, I want to bring something up. You've said something in the chat on previous shows that you haven't spoken about, and we've talked about it with HasLab. What did you mean by Metroplex?
Okay, so for the investors right now, they did not want that. HasLab is going to probably, what it looks like, is going to slowly die away and morph into something else. But it did come out and was said that they are talking about a Metroplex. It would not fit the Titan scale because they want it to be bigger. And the only way to do that is that they would want to make that a HasLab product. And that is the only thing for Transformers. But that would be something in 2028.
Okay, would that be a Gen 1 Metroplex, or would that be
Yes.
Fall of Cybertron to go against the Studio One
No.
Gigantor that's coming out?
No, well, I think it's going to be more of a G1 or more like a G1,
All right.
Okay.
but bigger.
If that's scaled properly, I'd pick that up probably for my Legends.
What, like the tiers would be 6-gun and that kind of stuff?
That's what I'd imagine. It'd be those little guys that,
Yeah, little guys and all that with it too.
right? There's the 6-gun, then there's the black car. I don't remember their names because they really didn't stand out to me. They had like a split second in the cartoon,
And that was it.
you know.
All I can think of, like with the Metroplex, Fortress Maximus, all these guys, is just the scene from the movie Big. It's,
Yep.
you know, it's a building.
It's a building.
So Metal Mike says, I hope they are not doing another Metroplex. You know,
Yeah.
I get it.
I was
but-
wishing for that prototype Unicron, man. That would have been fun. You know,
I would have been all in, 100%.
you know, or at least to do that as one of those pre-order, like order to make things. That would have been great. But so I mean, hopefully they get somebody, like if that other CEO is out, hopefully they get somebody in there that can restore the vision of, like, you know, just the fun back into some of this stuff. Because you told me like they're even splitting, like, you know, what they're doing with Magic and D&D and things like that. So
Robert Kirkman, right now, if you want to, you can actually invest in his company because he's wanting to take his.
I saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah, he's wanting to go public with it. The reason why he's wanting to go public with it, and that he's working so well with Hasbro, I'll give you his exact quote that I got. I was curious about the future of like what was coming out. So we will be getting Mask, Rome, and other things for the expanded Energon universe. On top of that, Kurtman said that he teases that the Energon Transformers cartoon line that's going to be coming would lead up to its own movie, like the 1984 movie or 86 movie, excuse me.
Now I'm fine with that, but isn't the talk that the Energon Universe figures are just going to be repaints of the Studio Series figures that are out now?
Right now, the one that you saw was Shredhead. That's a whole new
correct.
mold. That's a whole new mold.
I saw that.
Yeah. So Optimus Prime will probably be reissued just by itself with the Megatron arm.
which we've seen. We've seen the prototype of that one.
Yeah. So, but no, the reason why Hasbro asked him to keep them as a G1 is so they can still use a retooling.
Okay.
So that is the whole purpose, because Hasbro is trying to, and tooling is expensive. I didn't realize
Absolutely.
how expensive it was. So they're wanting to retool, but yeah, they will be different looking and come with different accessories and different things with them. And
Does Optimus Prime come with a crushed deer?
I doubt it, but that would be nice.
Or Starscream with a pilot.
That would be a dream come true with the squish accessory.
And the new
Now, I think it's deep-
middle fingers with a cliff jumper. Yeah.
Yeah, cliff
Oh,
jumper.
Yeah.
I think we're deep enough into it now where we can talk about those things. You know?
Yes. Yeah. It's not a spoiler anymore.
No.
Yeah. Diecast. Jimmy's tempting me. Not getting a metal card bot. You are getting metal card bots, Diecast. It's just a matter of time. You will get those. But
Greatest Transformer ever played with.
absolutely. And they announced their next season, Metal Card Bots X.
Yep.
So,
Nice.
which
New York Hunter states
gonna
it
be
really,
cool.
it's really amazing when I think about Shredhead being a new mold, because the frequency mold is really good as well. Looks like him and A-Team.
That's what I was going to say. 18
Yeah.
is a prospect.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. Now, I sent Billy something that I wish that if you wanted a crossover vehicle, and I sent this, is the Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, you sent me the picture. I was like, you didn't send me
Yeah,
anything.
that
I'm like,
was no. I didn't send that to you. It's not even existing yet. But they could
Yeah.
take that Scourge mold
The
and
Scourge
make the
mold.
War Rig from Mad Max. That would be so freaking awesome.
Yeah, back in high school, I wrote a full-fledged Mad Max Transformers crossover comic that took place during the Road Warrior. and Optimus Prime was the rig, the oil tanker rig that Max rebuilt,
Yeah.
gets going midway through.
So who was
And
so did Humongous shoot Megatron or something?
so Humongous had Megatron, and then all those Dune buggies were all new Transformers, like new
Okay.
Decepticons.
Oh,
I didn't.
Very cool.
So, I'm one of those people. I kind of get tired of the same characters getting rehashed. I'd rather it be like, hey, this is, yeah, Megatron, yeah, Optimus, but here's like a whole wave of guys. And like, I had it where there was a combiner that was 5 or 6 different Hearsts, right? That were like Mad Max sized, like they were just
Yeah.
repurposed, but they were Hearsts, and they turned into this giant like combiner that was, like kind of like, I don't know, Undertakerish, because the Undertaker was my favorite character from wrestling. And it just was this cool idea to have like, only a handful of Autobots left, and the rest was just Decepticons with these Marauders. It was just this
Yeah.
fun story of mine.
Oh yeah.
But Max with Optimus Prime is just such a cool idea.
y'all remember Visionaries?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Super 7's got the 2 figures coming out. So, and the O-ring size. So, it was asked to Robert Kirkman, why have you been allowed to use? He said, everything.
Oh
And
really?
He mentioned the Visionaries. Yeah, when he said everything. He says
Interesting.
the goal is to make Hasbro have its own cinematic universe, like Marvel, DC has their own universes.
Mhm.
That's the goal for Energon. And he said that we've been getting, I think, because he's really big part of Image and he's wanting to do all this stuff. I have a feeling he's going to be the one that's going to be over what gets made and what comes out for the Energon universe.
Well, that'd
Okay.
be good. I have full faith in Robert Kirkman. Like, he's
Yeah.
one of those people that, the fame, I don't know if it's fame, but the level that he's achieved, I feel like hasn't changed him. I think
Yeah.
he's kept himself grounded and believes in what he puts
He's just a
out.
great storyteller.
Yeah,
Just a
fantastic.
really good storyteller on that. And which, kind of just again, I know we glossed over it a little bit with McFarlane, because they got to do the Marvel statues. They're getting ready to do the Marvel Select. So how cool would it be if he started doing the ROM and all that kind of stuff for, this Energon universe? That would be kind of cool.
I think I do know that Classified is also supposed to be bringing in the mass figures. Um, I am curious how what they're going to do, because you're going to have a lot of things that's not going to be the scale
Yeah.
with Classified and Transformers. I don't know if they're going to bleed.
Gosh, you
those
need bigger
over.
than MP for that to be in scale, right?
Yeah, you would.
You would, and I'm curious if they would do that. I do, but it's like what was said is that Hasbro has the toy lines, and I'm curious if we're seeing Disney pulling away from Hasbro, and that's why they're trying to find something. No one thought that Playmates was going to lose the Ninja Turtles,
Never.
and never. And then Mattel gets the license, and no one now is going to be allowed to make the Turtles except for Mattel. So, like Mecha and all them,
Yeah, that's over.
that's all over. But you do have where Kurtman is looking to try, and Hasbro has said they need to be able to cross-platform all their product. I don't know why they feel like they need to do this, but the D&D game is going to have 2 versions coming out for it. One's going to be Universe, and the other one I think is Dark something. What was it? Told me. There was an adult line that dealt with, because I don't do D&D, but it's a darker version. A lot of the D&D fans are excited about it, and it's more it's competed against Warhammer. If you want to see a product that Hasbro is also scared of, is that Warhammer is coming. And when he gets here, all other IPs out there are going to be catch up because Games Workshop is Games Workshop's now doing what Hasbro in a way should have done is anyone that's making product that looks like similar to their property, they're going after them all legally now.
Yeah, that's
And
ridiculous. That's like Bucky's. Like,
yeah,
come on.
they're going after them legally. You can't customize and sell their product anymore. Um, and the reason why is that Warhammer's coming out with a huge toy line, and McFarlane is a part of that.
Yeah, I've seen them. The Elite figures, they look freaking amazing.
Yeah, and you got Joy Toys also, which has been doing the line.
I would say Joy Toy's been doing them for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I have all
The 1/12
right back up
or
there.
around that size. Yeah.
Yeah, and so Hasbro is looking at they're looking at going saying, why is our stuff not making money? Here's a hint, Hasbro, and I've said this to some people: quit making crap about said bad word. But quit making the crap. Quit
I think you're
there.
after 10:30, so you're good.
Okay. Quit making shit that nobody cares about. Nobody asked for. The problem with what's going on right now is you have a lot of fanboys making the product that they want, not what everyone else wants. That's the problem with Hasbro right now.
Well, the other thing with Hasbro is they keep releasing the same characters.
Yes.
Like, how many of the same character do you need? I just want one perfect representation of each character, and that's it.
Remember back when I had you on as a community for all of us, and I was explaining that Hasbro was trying to keep their numbers to about 25 to 30 characters max?
Yes, I remember that very well.
That is what they've been trying to pigeonhole all these years because they don't want to keep paying for all these licenses, all these names that they're not going to make a toy of. And with Hasbro, not only did you have that, but you have Transformers, G.I. Joe, Rome, Micronauts, which Micronauts, by the way, will be in a future comic book coming up. I won't tell you what it's in, but it will be one of the Energon universe.
Oh, nice.
And you have Mask and Action Man. Now, I was like, when I kind of had a comment to someone, and I said, wait a second, Action Force? Action Man? He's like, yeah, they didn't sell. He says, I got the name Action Force, but I didn't get any of the original character designs when I bought that name from Hasbro. And he says, and he owns Action Force completely. But to Action Man coming out is a straight jab to him. And to charge almost $50 for the figure. And here's the thing, that figure is the same figure as a G.I. Joe that came out last year, which I think was Mainframe.
That's ridiculous. Like, again, and I said this in the other one, like, I don't know what they're thinking. Like, they're taking these characters and either making them completely unaffordable or completely inaccessible. Like, to take, I've brought this up to you guys privately, but like, how do you take Professor X, who's like the most important character next to Magneto in the X-Men universe, and make him a Comic-Con exclusive figure that you may not be able to get? Like, if it wasn't for Jimmy and Adam and other folks, I wouldn't have gotten my Professor X. Like, that's a figure that should be mass release on the shelf, or at least mass release online. Like, I just make it easy to get. Don't make these.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good.
It's the same thing with, like, okay, Mattel made it where if you got on their website at a certain time, you could get Jim Bro. And then they made it where you could also get from Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store and Nerdzoic, you could get the Dreamscape Skeletor. They made these San Diego Comic-Con exclusives still available for people to order on their website.
Yeah, because I'm in New Jersey. I'm not getting to Comic-Con. It's just not happening right now. No,
I mean, and it's oh God, the prices to get there. I was given free tickets as an artist to go there, and I was like, sure, I'll go. And then I saw how much it would cost. I was like, oh no, I can't afford to just go. I got a free ticket, it's great. I got a free table, great, but I can't afford to
Yeah.
fly out there and everything. Is the prices there is just crazy. Um, but you take a look at what Hasbro did at San Diego Comic Con. You take a look at that Optimus Prime. Did it come out with a trailer? Plastered Optimus Prime black. It's god awful. They use a core class
Jazz.
Jazz that was supposed to come out with the core class line. But here's the reason why the core class line ended. People say, oh, it ended because it wasn't selling. No, it was selling better than their $25 line. And they
But
couldn't have a
no
$10.
margin in it.
No. And so they were like, can't have this line outselling this one. We can make more money off of this here.
Yeah,
Off of
the core
fans.
figures were a blast. My son and I, we still play with the core
Yeah,
class
I loved them
figures
too.
together.
But there's no margin in them. They're versus the other ones.
You take a look at the kids line. It is an absolute atrocity to have a kids line at no elbows. No elbows. So you got Tommy Carr looking at Hasbro going, look, I get y'all cutting costs for whatever reason you're doing it, but we can't sell those here in Japan.
Yeah,
We won't
they can't represent their company with those figures. Like, it's
no,
just not going to happen.
and that's
That
where you
overseas market's savage.
it is. And Hasbro is like, oh, well, the fans here will buy it. Well, guess what? This is you want to see what's wrong with Hasbro, and this is not a shot at any Transformer fan because I'm a huge Transformer fan. I love Transformers, but we're the reason why Hasbro has the mentality it has. We have always bought their product, no matter how high they kept going that number up every time, and using the same engineering and them using all these excuses. When I had someone break it down to me, their own company and how much it costs for them to go unit the molding, and you're talking about yes, $10,000+ going into just to get a figure made and on the assembly line. But saying that that he does it and that his goal was to make the figures better than Hasbro. When Nikki bought his figures and we got those in, and then I had the privilege of getting through the ask questions and stuff. He told me it's like Hasbro wants to get the bare minimum and charge you the maximum.
Yeah, I can see that.
He said, "You want to see it? Take a look at why they're doing the maximum line." That is a pun that they used against Transformers. We will maximize. Uh, we'll say the figure is maximized. That it's the greatest figure out there, and charge more money. But the truth of the matter is it's not a brand new mold. It's not brand new figures.
Well,
And
that's something that drove me nuts with Energon, the like not Energon, the Kingdom and Earthrise and all that.
Yeah.
When they showed off the Earthrise Optimus Prime with the cab and the trailer and all that, and they're like, "This is it. This is your definitive Optimus Prime. You're never going to need to buy another one." It's on YouTube. You can go back and watch. I think it was Aaron Archer or one of those guys. Not Aaron. Aaron's a good guy. I forget who it was. One of the Hasbro guys was just pitching it that you're never going to need another Optimus Prime. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best. Everybody goes out and buys this Optimus Prime, and then they release a Walmart version that's colored like the Gen 1 toy. Then
yep,
they release the Toon Accurate one that was like an exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store somewhere, or Walmart. Somewhere got an exclusive with like actual cartoon paint, and then they
yep,
released the
Walmart.
Studio Series 86, and
Yep.
that's like, it's just, stop telling me this is it. Like, stop with this hype train that's never going to end. It just drives me nuts. And that's why, again, I switched over to companies like Magic Square and New Age, because I actually get a definitive character that's fun to pose, that's fun to play with, that doesn't fall apart when I mess with it. And that's it. There's so many people in here talking to. I feel so
I
bad.
know.
but I'm just running my mouth.
That's all right. I mean, and we're getting close to time on that too.
You
as
know,
well,
we are. I'm shot. These 5 a.m. wake ups that I'm on are killing me.
Oh,
But we can't do an 8 o'clock show. So
That's it. That's it. But
the, one thing
say it, Derek.
one thing with Hasbro is that right now Hasbro has the gold mine with Energon if they play their cards right. When you have a company that is privately owned and he just moved to North Carolina to get out of New Jersey's taxes, which I don't blame him. He's sitting there and he's now got figures that are cheaper than Hasbro's GI Joes with more playability and more stuff. The other thing too is that Hasbro, he says, had the capability with Transformers and with GI Joe and to make it big, but they focus on Transformers. Hasbro, if you really want to know about HashLab, Hasbro has no mock-ups. They have no artwork. You have to have artwork. You have to have 3D renderings. You have to have the sometimes they use wax molds to start off to get the figure done. None of that has been done. Hasbro said that they lost all their new engineering whenever that hack came through,
Yep.
and that's why they're still sending out old figures. Nothing is new coming out from Hasbro, but yeah, we are all still buying it. Now, I did get a quote here that was for the Energon universe. Hasbro has agreed that Robert Kirkman will be the overseer of the Energon universe in all its formats. So
That's great.
including toys.
All its formats.
Wow.
So if that's the case, that means that he'll be over the entire thing.
Yeah, this isn't a Ford with Shelby during the Le Mans, is it? So, hey, you're over the entire racing. But
Yeah, I know, right? But do I think that when you see a company that's starting to fail, they start selling IPs. They start downsizing how many units they have going through the. And I learned this too just recently. Valaverse has a line coming out that they pre-ordered. I knew about this though because he talked about it a year ago. He put it out for pre-order, and he said the pre-orders were so much he had to call the manufacturers and say, "Hey, we got to bump our unit sales up." So if Hasbro wanted to meet those orders that Target had, all they had to do was call their China representative, and they could have bumped their orders up when they were going through them being made and manufactured, and it wouldn't have cost them any more money. Hasbro chose not to do that, and if that's the case, then you're seeing what happened with Kenner and what happened to all these old toy companies that Hasbro,
Tyco.
yep, that they came and grabbed them up because they were doing these practices back in the 90s, and then they started tanking, and Hasbro came in and bought them. So right now, I think Hasbro is what Marvel was when Marvel used to buy up all the printing companies, all their competition, and then all of a sudden, what happened? They ended up going bankrupt.
So Disney's going to be owning Hasbro in the next 3 years, is what you're saying.
probably
I would not be surprised.
they could buy a toy company.
Yep.
Which-
And
And someone pointed out to me, it's just how do you do a hostile takeover? You sit there and you make the brand bad, and then it'll be cheap to sell on the market, and that's how a hostile takeover takes over. And I can't help but think, is somebody doing that behind the lines? Because none of the decisions that I'm hearing coming out from Hasbro makes any sense,
none of them.
and everybody says the same thing. We have no direction. It's a ship in the water with no rudder.
That's
So if you don't-
crazy.
Yeah. So if you don't have anybody that's sitting there really saying, here's where we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and we're going to do it after we get our ABCs done. We're going to make sure we get to our X, Y, and Z so that we get it out there to the market and make it affordable, make it that way. But what they want to do is they want to create this whole universe where they can jack the make you think that these cards, and this is what happened with Magic the Gathering. This is where I was going to go. Magic the Gathering became an issue because you had to buy an action figure to get the rare card.
Yep.
Okay. Those cards are supposed to go up in value because all Magic the Gathering. I had a friend, Mark Poole, that did the artwork. And the whole point was for those things to go up in value. And Mark Poole, some of his cards are worth thousands of dollars. Really nice guy. But he's even from there, they were like, they're not really being done by real artists. And then Hasbro's also admitted that they've used AI. And so that happens to those cards, and they are AI generated. Then all of a sudden, that's why there was a panic in the Magic the Gathering community, and then those things became worthless. Nobody wanted the cards.
Well, there's no authenticity to it.
None.
You know, and that's terrible.
And that practice is why Hasbro's where it is right now. And this all comes from the leadership of Chris, allegedly, from Derek's imagination.
Are you laughing at Diecast?
Yeah. Can't wait for Pluto to become a Soundwave blaster. That'd be awesome.
So, but yeah. Any question y'all have that I can, if y'all ask me a question, I can probably try and answer. It's on your mind.
You've given so much information tonight already.
Yeah.
Like I'm still trying to process some of it, to be honest. But yeah, like it's just wild. It's just wild. I think one time, and I'm not saying anytime soon, because your buddy that you've been speaking to with his own figure line and all that, when he's grounded and ready, I think the four of us should do a show and just talk about action figures. We don't have to talk about anything else. There doesn't have to be any bashing of any other companies, but to get an insight of what it takes to build an action figure line and make something quality that the people are going to want, because that line is doing very well. And I love what he does where you don't have to buy figures per se. There's handsets, there's headsets, like
backpacks.
Yeah, like it's incredible.
He's got a line coming out right now that I just put money into. Is that it's called the Extra, and what it is just to have characters that can be in back. He's only making it for people to do photography with their action figures, and everybody always wants like a common person in the background. So he's come out with a whole toy line called the Extras, and you can buy. And there's a show that's going to be in Jersey. I can't remember the name of it. It's going to be in November, but Articulated Ninja. I don't know him that well. He does have a YouTube channel, which he does awesome work. But Articulated Ninja is his channel. He's really good friends with Bobby. And matter of fact, he just had his figure made by Bobby.
Oh, that's so cool.
As an exclusive for his con he's having in Jersey.
I wonder which con it is. We do have New Jersey Collectors Con is one that I know pretty well, but I'm gonna have to look into what cons are coming up in November.
Yeah, because it's in collide with another toy company, and they're going to be using a shuttle to get back and forth to both cons.
Oh, that's so cool.
So I thought that was really cool when I heard about that. But check out Articulated Ninja. I don't know him well, but I just recently got to know his channel and stuff, and he does phenomenal work. And
I definitely will.
Yeah.
You know, I'm starting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really starting to get action figure burnout at this point. Like trying to keep up with the reviews and trying to keep, you know, it just active, and it's killing me. Like I love the show, and this is easy enough because it's live and it's what we're doing. But to try to find constant content for my review channel and to like the burnout's starting to become really real. So I might be taking a review break.
Well, I've
just to
been on one
find
for a little
this.
bit, so which you'll see me coming back, and it's interesting because I've here is the cool power of AI. All right, is I was able to put my channel through it and say, hey, give me some suggestions on what to do. And it gave me a good game plan and that I can agree with. And I was like, okay, I'll give that a whirl. Like 1 long form, 3 shorts, do that each week and you're good. And use your long form in those shorts. So you don't have to film a lot of stuff. You just make them into shorts and stuff too.
That's what Nikki just did for our channel today.
Yeah, it came
she
up
was like, hey, she's like, hey, I gotta show you what this AI came up with for you. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I used it to write reviews for my employees too, as well.
Nice.
That way I don't have to write them. But anyway, we're to the end. Thank you. Yeah, thank you again, Autocorrect. I mean, it's always a pleasure, especially when we want some tea. We know where to go, and all that good stuff. And the chat being active. Thank you all.
Yes, to anybody we missed, I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah, we just had a lot of talking going on tonight.
And anybody wants to come up to a community for all of us at any time, the door is always going to be open.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Just so you guys know, I say it a lot. Community for all of us is where I got my start. I have nothing but respect for Autocorrect and that show. I did watch your first show for the new forum. That was my work podcast for for the day.
Yeah, Nikki told me she saw your comment. I hadn't had a chance to reply on it.
You know, you don't have to reply to me. It's okay. But no, it's good stuff, and I like where you're going. So thank you for joining us tonight. Chat, thank you so much.
This.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
These guys are awesome.
Oh, they're great.
I'm bringing my grumpy old ass to bed is what
I am too. Well, I'm not grumpy.
I'm still recovering, so yeah, I'm going to go right to bed.
Yeah, and so basically next week we got Candace, and we're having a Beast Wars episode, so it's going to be fun. So tune in next week on that, and then
that's what I was going to tell you.
The week after that is, I believe, a bye week for us. I'm moving my kids into college, and Jimmy's going to be having fun.
That's it.
Beast Wars is what I was going to tell y'all. Topikara had plans. Hasbro saw no need for it.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Like Beast Wars is what saved Transformers. And to blow it off on his 30th anniversary just disgusts me.
And that's why you're going to see stuff coming out from Topikara for it.
I can't wait to see what Takara Tomy does. Well, that's Galvatron and whatever else they decide to do. Oh, E-Man's an expert now, so that means we're going to revisit Beast Wars, the trivia. Beast Wars, the trivia night.
The trivia.
That would be awesome.
That was a funny show.
We'll have to do that for September or October.
There we go. There we go.
All right. But I'm going to bed. Derek, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Jimmy, you're the man. I truly appreciate you in this show.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now.
Well,